Perfect. Fly Pelican, fly Pelican, fly Pelican. And I tell them that birds of a feather flock together. Fly down, I'm a Pelican forever. Pelican forever. Ain't gon' lie, I feel flyer than I ever been. We stay ballin', this New Orleans, I'm a Pelican. It's going down in the nest, wild, wild west. Come in town and you best show us some respect. 3-point threat, I better make it rain. If it's up, then don't jump stupid like your ankle sprain. Always said, never hate the player, hate the game. Jumper where the dame late, punch a train. Post game, big Q, talking about business. Bird gang, YouTube, they ain't flocking with us. Lock up the division mission, get into the finals. Finish competition, then it's going win the title. I know this flyer than you can get. Such a threat that the refs just might call a tag. You could double, you could press, but you can't check. Right, left, slide by you like a Eurostep. Fly Pelican, fly Pelican, fly Pelican. And I tell them that birds of a feather flock together. Fly down, I'm a Pelican forever. Pelican forever. And never, and never, and never, and never, and never, and never say birds of a feather flock together. Yeah, fly down, I'm a Pelican forever. Pelican forever.
They're well coached, they're disciplined, and like you said, they have multiple guys that can get them in the sets, that can run the offense, that can attack you, and they do a great job of penetrating and kicking the ball out for catch and shoot threes. If they don't have it, they swing it and they just keep doing it over and over again until they get a good look. So give them a lot of credit. They took care of what they needed to on their home floor.
CJ, once again, absolutely smart. We've talked about him a lot lately. But the consistency to do it night in and night out when you're getting all sorts of defensive coverages, getting double teams. How impressive is that?
Extremely impressive. He's a pro, and he's always ready. Even when he started the season a little slow, he's gotten himself going, and it's incredible to see how consistent he is and his efficiency on the floor. Unfortunately, we just came up short tonight.
Jen's theme, just the consistency with CJ, not just that, but the tough shots he makes consistently. How impressive.
Extremely impressive. Once again, he's kind of carrying us right now with guys being out, and we need him to score a bit more, and he's doing it. He's more than capable. Just wish, we could have finished the game a bit better. But, CJ's got it going.
Yeah, you talked about Trey trying to get him going for the three-point line. I see he made that one late and threw his hands in the air. I think he had like 15 tonight. Just how important is just to get him more involved offensively, especially, with behind Zion around right now.
Trey's got to shoot the ball when he's open. And when he's not open, he's got to drive the ball or find a teammate. It's just that simple for him.
Is there like a number of attempts you guys talked about, or is it more just shooting your open thing?
He had a couple looks tonight that I thought he turned down. And when he has daylight, he has to be ready to shoot the ball and get it off quickly. Look, he's on the scouting report now. You can tell the way teams are guarding him. They're closer, and they're closing out to his feet. They're trying to make him a driver. So he has to do more to get himself ready and in a position to shoot threes. But he's more than capable of putting the ball on the floor and 0.5, getting to the basket or swinging it to a teammate. And the offense will continue to move. All right. Thank you, guys.
For all things Pelicans, you're now tuned into the Pelican Post Game Report. Much love to the flock. Appreciate y'all joining us for this episode of Pelican Post Game Report. Celtics dropped the Pelicans 125-114 on the road. I'm Big Q. We got the co-host DC in the building as well. Appreciate the family members joining us for this episode of the Pelican Post Game Report. You heard Coach Willie was talking about with Trey Murphy, obviously CJ McCollum. He stepped up and played big, but Boston, man, their guys are just ridiculous. Brown, Tatum, and then, of course, Malcolm Brogdon. Brogdon off the bench with his 20-point effort today. A little bit too much for the shorthanded Pelicans in the matchup. So, DC, let's get into it. Talk about the matchup, bro, before we get into statistics.
Well, it ain't much to talk about, man. What we thought was going to happen, other than BI playing, of course. So, I guess I got 2 more chances to be correct on my guarantee. But Boston showed up and did what they did, man. Just still disgusting to see what you see with the refs, though, man. I mean, Pels were constantly attacking the paint, getting fouls. You don't get the calls, but we're not at home. It wouldn't feel so bad if we actually got home cooking. We don't get that either. And then on top of that, when we did get to the line, we missed a lot of free throws. But all in all, I thought we fought. We did what we could. We hung in there. We kept the game pretty close for most of the game, constantly flirting with 6 to 4-point lead on Boston's way. But in that fourth quarter, man, Jaylen Brown just started hitting some incredible shots with actually decent defense on him. But that was actually guess something I wasn't happy about. The defense didn't look as good, but I mean, they playing Boston. You know, it's the best team in the league. So we was hanging with them. We fought hard. We got smashed on the boards. That killed us. BS free throws. And fix those things. And I think we could possibly put ourselves at least in position to be able to win this game. But to beat a team like Boston, man, honestly, you need a BI or a Zion. You need at least one of them to really do it. CJ did all he could, just wasn't enough.
Pelicans on the team statistics tonight, 45 of 87 for almost 52%, shooting 11 of 30 from downtown for 37%. Celtics 44 of 91 for 48.4, 15 of 44 from downtown for 34.1%. They got 25 attempts hit, 22 of 25 for 88% flat. Pelicans 13 of 17 from the foul line for 76.5. Boston 50 rebounds against the Pelicans, 50 to 33, 11 of which was offensive. Boston won the assist game 24-22, the steal game 7-5, the block game 5-4. They were awash with turnovers. Low turnover game for the Pelicans, 9 turnovers, 11 points off versus Boston, 9 turnovers, 13 points off. Fast break point, Pelicans 19 to 14 in the matchup. And of course, the largest lead Pelicans had was 4, Celtics as large as 19 points in the game. Team statistics, DC.
Rebounds, man. I mean, you can't get out rebounded, not by that many, bro. You can't spot a team 17 rebounds. Think you're gonna win that game. Especially giving them 11 offensive rebounds, which ironically I think only turned into like 12 points or something like that. You would think it would be more than that, but still, 50 to 33 rebounds, that ain't gonna cut it, bro. Too many times the ball bounced their way. Too many times we were out of position, on that. So the other one, I would say the free throws. If you really want to pull teeth and look at something, because we actually shot pretty good, man. I mean, we shot 50%, 36% from 3-point line. That's obviously, you would think that's good enough to get it done. But you went 13 to 17 at 3-point line, good for 76%, pulling hairs. This also contributed to us losing. But the fact that they got another 8 free throws on us too didn't help at all. So those 2 stats right there, man, you look at it and that pretty much tells the story to me.
Right. Let's move into the individual statistics on the night for the Pelicans.
Why you so somber, Big Q? I thought you'd be happy, man. You said we was gonna lose.
Yeah, but like I said, man, we was hoping to get Bi back. I was hoping to get. Well, we'll see how it go. Like we said, we was hoping for the Bi for the Boston matchup. But like you said yourself, I can't ignore that logic. Is we need big guys to play big guys. You won't be able to beat the Celtics with Jaylen Brown and Tatum doing what they did. They combined for 70 points, 70 plus points, and plus Brogdon off the bench with 20. You need a full cupboard of your stars against their stars to have a chance. But credit the Pelicans, even though they lost by 9, but it's no moral victories in this thing. So looking at
no more victories, but I think they did. They
lost, bro.
They did about good as you could expect them to do with
right.
the situation.
My point is, I kind of felt that going into this game that the Celtics would beat the Pelicans, but like I said, it's a tall order to beat them, and you don't have any of your two top guns. Now CJ did everything that he possibly can do. He finished with 38 points in 34 minutes. He was 15 to 24 from the field, 50% from downtown, 6 of 12. He was 2 of 5 from the charity stripe, and a minus 14 on the plus minus, but gave you everything he could. 38 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists in the matchup. 18 from Najee Marshall, the knife, 6 of 15 in 37 minutes, 2 of 5 from downtown, perfect from the charity stripe, 18.7 rebounds, 3 assists in the block from Najee Marshall. 15 points for Trey Murphy in 34 minutes. 1 3-pointer he hit, 1 of 4, 7 11 from the field. He finished with 15 points, 6 rebounds, 3 steals, and an assist for Trey Murphy. 13 from Valanciunas.
Oh, yeah, got it.
Give him a block. 13 from Valanciunas in 23 minutes. He was 5 of 10 on the day with 4 rebounds, a couple of assists in the game for Big V. Not much shaking on him. Dyson Daniels, 7 points in 25 minutes. He had 3 assists, 5 rebounds in the matchup. And of course, the second line, not much to speak of. Larry Nance played 20 minutes, no points. A couple of assists.
He looked bad out there, man.
Yeah, we needed his production of anything. The second line has
we
to
need
bring
his defense. His defense wasn't even great tonight, man.
Mm-hmm.
Larry,
this was
he's still battling that injury, obviously.
Right. Jose Alvarado led the bench with 9 points in 22 minutes, 3 of 9 from the field. He was 0 for 3 from downtown, 8 points from Jackson Hayes in 18 minutes of action, 8 points, 3 rebounds for him. And of course, the rest of them, not much to talk about with Graham, KLJ, and Sebron.
Graham put up a donut again? Oh, he scored 2 points.
He had 2 points in 21 minutes of action. That's just totally not what we need. And that's what we talked about. Yeah. Well, still in all, in games like this, when you're shorthanded, Graham, who's making $11 million, needs to step up and play. Anyway, DC, give me 3 of them. If you got 3 of them for this one. But hold on, before you get at that's 31 from Tatum, 41 from Brown.
Oh, we don't care. We don't care about that, Big Q.
Okay, so there you go.
I think we all know Jaylen Brown scored 41 points today. It was very obvious, every time I looked up, I kept seeing him make goddamn shots. I was actually sick of seeing it. But anyway, the 3 guys tonight, man, starting off with a bright spot. A bright spot for me, at least, watching this game was Trey Murphy. He had several dunks, and he just had a different seemed like a little fire about him tonight. He was fighting back, man, trying to fight his way out of this little slump he's been in. Liked his energy tonight, man. I thought he gave us good minutes. Obviously, still wasn't enough. But his 15 points, 6 rebounds, 3 steals, and a block and an assist. I thought Trey was doing everything he could, man. And Willie did also, giving him 34 minutes to match the knife and McCollum for the most minutes on the team, because that's pretty much the 3 guys that was giving us something. Trey made a lot of plays tonight. I liked how he was attacking. I really like how he was dunking. He got all his shots. He only made 1 3-pointer. So seeing him get 15 points, knowing that he only got 1 3-point shot, I think that's a huge improvement, because lately, without his shot falling, it's just like he was scared to shoot, not giving us nothing. You heard Coach actually mention him in a press conference when Trey, when you open, you got to shoot, because they had a few times on a rotation where they kicked the ball to him in the corner, and the defense collapsing on him, but he could have went up and shot it, and he elected to pass, and it got tipped, and that happened a couple of times. So he's still a little gun shy with his shot, not fully confident in what he can do. And it shows with him going 1 for 4 from 3-point line. But did like how he was attacking when he did get ran off the line. It's a work in progress. He's still learning to have that intermediate game. But I think he'll eventually get it, man. And the more times this happens, I think he's just going to keep getting better and better. So shout out to Trey. My next guy was the knife, Najee Marshall, the enforcer himself. Pretty much playing on the same level that he's been playing these last several games. Wasn't terribly efficient tonight, but he definitely provided a spark, man. He brings the energy. It's almost starting to be like a bigger version of Jose in his own way, though. You know, they're obviously unique individuals, both of them. But Najee has his own way of bringing the energy and just putting his stamp on the game. And he's doing real good attacking the goal, man, finding his shots. Wasn't falling quite tonight, but he was taking shots staying within control, doing what he could to help the offense. And he hit all his free throws when he did get to the line tonight. He hit a couple of 3-pointers, gave you 7 rebounds, 3 assists, a block, no turnovers. That's right. Najee played 37 minutes with no turnovers, even bringing the ball up court multiple times. Kind of not setting the offense up, but I guess getting it started for guys who are setting it up. So shout out to Najee, man. Ended the night with 18 points. Got to respect it, man. The knife is playing, man. He cutting stuff up. So last guy tonight, we all know we was impressed by him. Pretty much kept us in the game, and up until maybe the middle of the fourth quarter was giving everybody hope that we could beat the Celtics. That's none other than Mr. CJ McCollum, man. Dropped 38 tonight. He actually got some assists tonight, though. The other night when he was cutting up, CJ was like, ain't passing. Well, he was trying to dish that thing tonight. He gave you 4 assists, 4 rebounds, a steal, and guess what, family? Another goddamn block. CJ is getting like a block every game, man. I don't know what's going on. We're living in the Twilight Zone or something, but CJ definitely doesn't play the greatest defense, but he's been playing some of the best defense I've seen of his career in a Pelicans uniform. Probably if he wasn't required to shoot so much, it might even look a little better. But CJ took 24 shots tonight, and we needed him to take every one of them. He had 6 3-pointers, man, and he's 6 for 12 at 50%, but it could have been a lot better than that, because he was like 5. I think he was like he hit like 6 or 7 of them. He was shooting like 90% at one point from 3-point line. It was almost like he couldn't miss, man. And he put a couple of highlights on some dudes too, man. That boy, he crossed somebody, stepped back, and then they thought he was about to shoot. Then he crossed them again and then stepped back and shot. I said, oh my God. Dude was so goddamn confused. I think he got dizzy and they had to take him out the game. But great play, still in the amount to us winning, but excellent game from Mr. McCollum, man. Way he's playing right now, I just can't wait to see what this looks like with Zion and B.I.
Yeah, me too, man. I think the Pelicans, that's what everybody I think is waiting to see what the Pelicans can do here, man. That's the big thing that a lot of people are looking at. Can the Pelicans actually, get everybody healthy and on the same page? But next matchup, the Pistons, 12-33 Pistons, 6-14 at home. Pelicans coming into this thing 25-17, 8-12 on the road. Should be able to take care of business against a very bad Piston club, even though they're very exciting to watch. They're a team full of a lot of really good players, young players, but this team is not ready to win, and the Pelicans should be able to get a victory over the Detroit Pistons. It'll be fun. As you can see, Brogdon, 21 points. Doran is the top rebounder there with Killian Hayes, their top assist man. B.I. Herb is listed as day-to-day. B.I. is out. And you see there people, Isaiah Stewart and Jalen Durant is mentioned as out too in the depth chart here. Hayes, Ivy, Bogdan, and a few other people off the benches. And one of DC's favorite guys, Nerlens Noel, should get a little chance to play in there because both Duran and Isaiah Stewart are out. DC, let's talk about the Piston matchup.
What are we talking about them, bro?
Break down how the Pelicans going to stump the hell out of them, because this should be a win.
Man, we took the all out that engine a long time ago, man. This is a W. Killian Hayes is playing pretty well for them. Jaden Ivey, is obviously, that guy, but he's still in his rookie year coming along. We already know what Brogdanovich can do, as we said and so eloquently talked about him Friday. I know Jay Black don't like him, but Mo's damn sure do, and I can agree. But it's still not no match for the Pels because I think once you start going to the second unit, I think that's where we shine, man, and that's usually how we beat a lot of teams, such as the Detroit Pistons and the Oklahoma Cities and all of these teams that don't really have quite the same depth as us, and they don't have the mega superstars either. So when we're not playing teams like that, I think it's pretty simple for us to be able to get a victory. We just got to play our game, share the ball. The Pels are gonna do that. Play D, rebound, attack the paint, shoot at least 29, 33s. Lock down your open shots, man. This should be a good I guess recovery game after getting. Well, I wouldn't say we technically didn't get blowed out by the Celtics, but we did get blowed out by the Celtics. You know what I'm saying? So I think this would be a good get right game for us. Not sure if Bi will play. At this point, you heard Willie come out and say that Bi still isn't even practicing in a full practice, so he's obviously not going to play till he has a full practice. But nonetheless, we don't need him to beat a Detroit Piston team running on a damn engine with no oil because we took the oil out of that last time. And I think they had probably more players last time, so all of these guys are out. We're banged up ourselves, but most of our core guys are only the guys that are out. That's still like 60%, 40% of our team. Got Herb, Zion, and Ingram. But nonetheless, I don't really think we need those guys to be able to beat a Detroit Piston team that really don't have nothing to play for. And there's really no incentive for them to rattle off a bunch of wins. Actually, if they start winning a lot, I think the coach might actually mess it up because I'm pretty sure they don't want to win this year, so they can have a high draft pick. So I think we go in there, we handle our business, man.
Yeah, and that's the thing we're looking at too. Boy, I tell you what, this road trip is really getting somewhere. As I got the Pelicans up in what they look like in the Western Conference currently. Third place, the Grizzlies done turned it on and won 8 in a row. They're 8-2 the last 10 contests. The Nuggets are 8-2 the last 10 winners of 3 in a row. Pelicans are now 3.5 games back of the Grizzlies in the West lead. So, the Pelicans are, we in that position right now where we just, I don't know what to tell you, man. We got to fight, man. Like tonight, this game, like we talk about, we recap tonight's matchup. Pelicans could have made it very interesting had the bench had a better performance, to help out, Graham, with 3 lousy points off the bench is laughable for any, it's just ridiculous, man. To have him, and you don't really call for him to do anything. But when guys are missing, you would like to see him produce at least 12 or 13 points, man, off the bench. At least give us something. Don't go up in there with $11 million and not give the team anything. That's just, that's just terrible, man. And we expect him to step up and play and handle the business. And of course, we didn't get much from Larry tonight either. He had one of his worst games as a Pelican. But anyway, that's what it looks like on the stand.
You can't have somebody loading a car up with suitcases, man, and then just ask them to drive all of a sudden. Ain't gonna turn out good, bro. You've been happy with them putting suitcases in the trunk for the people at the airport.
I didn't expect him to. I didn't expect him to do it. I wouldn't even consider that drive in DC for him to have 11 or 13 points, or 11 or 12 points in the game.
All right. Well, check it out.
He played 21 minutes.
Well, you can't ask him. to go from putting suitcases in the trunk for the people at the airport
DC, could we not
to
talk
running
about
to running the
could we
phone
not use
navigation,
that?
bro. He can't run the phone
All right,
navigation.
DC, that's a terrible example. First and foremost, okay, number one, that is a
Well, I
horrible.
can't think of nothing that damn
I'm
low
about to
as
try
far
to
as what
tell
we've
you,
been
you
getting
can't
out of
use.
him other than that, bro. I mean, what you want me to go back to like the 1950s? And damn, he can't even be an elevator operator. I wouldn't even call him. They probably put in a little more work. I
I
don't know.
mean,
I don't know a good comparison, bro. I'm just leaving it alone now.
well, I'm just saying, bro. At the end of the day, we're gonna need Graham to step up and play and give you more than 2 points in 21 minutes, even though he only took 3 attempts shooting the ball. And most of the second line guys really didn't do too much. Alvarado, truth be told, was 3 of 9 shooting the ball. But anyway, with that being said, the Pelicans still had a chance in the game had the bench gave us a little bit more. CJ couldn't do it all by himself. Najee did what he can do. Trey gave you 15. Valanciunas gave you 13 and 23 minutes. Jackson gave you 8 and 18 minutes. Larry didn't give you anything. Perhaps Larry gives you 8 or 9 points, and Graham gives you several more points. Maybe that helps you, kind of get them, by a win. And of course, we did leave a couple
yeah, I
shots
could
on the
have just
foul
came
line.
back like we thought.
DC, you said that he was going to be back for the Boston game. You was flat wrong on that one, but maybe
Man,
he
I
comes back in
said
his next match.
I said he would definitely be back for the Boston game or the Detroit game or the
Oh
what's the
man,
other
get
game?
out of here, Cleveland, bro. Come on, bro. What kind of weather speak you doing?
What
This
the man
weatherman
said he
trip.
gonna be back on the 5-game trip, bro. So
All
I
right,
just found
DC.
out what he said.
Well, he did say that, and you got
Yeah.
2 more games left to go on the
Not 2
5.
more.
This 5-game trip got over real quick, DC. We got 2 games left. We got the Friday
Oh, it's
matchup
flying,
against.
huh?
Yeah, it's flying, bro. I have to keep saying we're in
But
the
he
quick.
gonna definitely be back against Detroit or Cleveland, bro.
Would be nice to see him back against Detroit or Cleveland. Let me just put it
There
to
you
you
go.
like that.
There you go.
Maybe they save him for Miami. The home game
No,
next Wednesday.
BI said he gonna be back on this 5-game stretch.
Well, I keep telling you, it's not up to BI. It's up to the people around BI that give him the green light.
Who playing? The people around him or him? All right then.
Who is the boss of BI? That's the whole
BI.
question.
BI is the boss of BI. This ain't
no
no slave plantation. What you talking about?
I don't know. But listen, the only thing I'm telling you off top is that, if he comes back against Detroit, that's fine. He's saying sometime during this trip. I don't know who gave him that time frame. I didn't hear Willie say that. Willie didn't say what BI said. BI said that. Notice that nobody else is saying what BI is saying is all I'm saying. I'm pinpointing that. Usually when somebody says that, there's somebody to confirm what he's saying.
So you think BI just braided his hair and started wearing all this jewelry for nothing?
Oh, yes. If nobody else is green lighting what he's saying. He went from the homeless assassin look.
He ready.
Okay, well, let me tell you something, bro. I don't know, man. Anyway,
you call the man a homeless assassin?
I mean, that's the look he's aiming for, the homeless assassin.
No, man, he was going for your boy off above the rim, man. What your boy name was?
Bum guy in the corner. I don't know, man.
Man, Dwayne Martin, the dude who got with his mama. The schooled him in basketball. Man, what his name was, man?
You talking about the dude that played Avon Barksdale?
No, not Avon Barksdale. The dude who beat Avon Barksdale, who they shot.
Oh yeah, I forgot who you talking about.
That's the look BI was going for, bro.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. Didn't know that.
It's honorable.
I hear you. All right, so with the matchup now, no doubt about it. Friday, we got January 13th Friday matchup. Man, did y'all understand? It's almost the middle of January already. I just want to say that, number one.
Halfway through the season, bro.
You halfway through the month. It'll be the 13th on Friday. Y'all are halfway through the month of January.
The 13th. Wait
the
a minute.
13th. The 13th
Wait a minute.
is Friday.
Man, we was just popping firecrackers.
Dude, I keep telling y'all, you are in a quickening when days are moving this fast. It is the 13th on Friday. You're almost half the month of January already. So I keep saying, you look it up.
That's right, PK. PK say time is flying when your team is good.
There you go. And boy, last year wasn't flying at all. We was hoping to get it all over quick, but we went through some tough times.
That was the longest season ever. Huh?
Sheesh. All right, and we had.
I still think the Stan Van Gundy season was worse, though, Q.
Yeah,
The Stan Van
back-to-back
Gundy
bad
season
years.
was oh my
That
god.
was awful, man. Even at
Oh
least
my
we had
god.
some fun with Elvin Gentry and his drunken escapades. But when you look at
When
Stan
Stan
Van
Van Gundy,
Gundy,
oh my god,
the
it just was.
halitosis, it was
Even the
ridiculous.
post game interviews were horrible. Everybody was sad.
Yeah, and then
I was like, God
it
damn,
was the
nobody ain't having fun.
C19. It was the C19 year, and they used to wear all that mask and all that. It was just lame and it was dry. Oh, it was just terrible, man. Terrible. But anyway, Detroit on Friday, and then that following Monday is the Cleveland matchup. And DC, like we talked about, the road trip. We just wanted the Pelicans to, at least
Oh,
get,
we ain't done yet, Q. I
get
ain't
2
gonna
or
be
3.
happy till we get out of this goddamn month, bro. This month is rough.
I know. Because we still got the 2 games. We got Detroit, and then you have Cleveland on Monday. Then next Wednesday, you come home for Miami and what they're doing. Then you go back on the
They go
road
back
for
on
2
the
more
road again.
for Orlando, and then you play that same Miami team in their building. And then you get a break because after the Miami game, you come home to what's going to be a really good Denver matchup. That'll be a Tuesday game, going to be sold out. You get the Minnesota Timberwolves, who lost to the Detroit Pistons, by the way. They lost to them. And you got Washington again, this time down here. I don't know if Bill will be back during that period of time. And then a couple of more games before you close out. Then you go against Milwaukee on January the 29th. And then the 31st, you go to Denver. And then, that closes out the month. And then you start February on the road at Dallas. So at some point, we're hoping to have at least most of our guys back. BI should be back. Larry should be playing a lot better. Herb should be back. So
Realistically, man, I don't think BI goes. I don't think this goes past the Denver matchup. If he doesn't come back against Cleveland or Detroit or Orlando,
Denver is the January the 24th, bro. That's like
I
7
think
games from now.
that's the maximum, bro. That's the maximum. I think he definitely plays that game.
So
I don't
DC
think there's
said,
any way he doesn't play that game.
So let me
Unless
revisit your
something
prediction.
else
You said if he don't play for
really
Detroit,
wrong.
if he don't play for Detroit, he plays for then Cleveland. If he don't play for Detroit or Cleveland, then he's definitely will be back before January's 24th matchup against Denver. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay, there you go. So I mean, at some point, because we definitely need him now. People are yelling out for trades. Stephanie is asking, do y'all think the Graham?
We don't know. We don't know what we could trade for because we only had 10 games of our guys starting. So it's like, I mean, if you can get a player of high quality and you don't have to give up a lot, then cool. But what are we realistically really going to trade for without really seeing everybody together? We really don't know what we have as a unit all together because they ain't never been all together. And when they did, most of that was in the beginning of the season where you still kind of ironing some things out on how you're going to play. So I don't know, man, as far as the trades. But the deadline, I think, is on the 9th, right? So we got all the way up to the 9th to see if the Pels pull the trigger on somebody.
Yep. And we already know who it might be. I mean, we could have really used some production from him off the bench tonight, but it is what it is. We're looking at Detroit is next on the docket for the Pelicans, and there should be a game where they should be able to take care of business against the Detroit Pistons, a struggling Detroit Piston team, before heading on over to the Cleveland Cavaliers. That's going to be a real interesting matchup there. But anyway, I think it will consider the 5-game road trip a bit of a success if the Pelicans could get 2 out of the 5. That's called out for wins. So currently, right now, they did beat Washington. Of the first road trip was Dallas. They lost. They beat Washington. They lose to Boston, as we thought. And then, of course, Detroit should be the other win, and Cleveland could be competitive. That's a Monday night game. I mean, a Monday game in DC. That's a 2 p.m. game. That game will be on at 2 p.m. Yes. January 16th is MLK Day.
That's Martin Luther King Day. Okay.
Exactly. So, with that day, you'll see, 2 p.m. So there you go.
So what? So wait. So now all of a sudden we start winning and we don't play Memphis no more on Martin Luther King Day? We've been playing Memphis on Martin Luther King Day for like the last 5 years.
Well, now you got Cleveland, bro.
Huh.
You got Cleveland. That's going to be a really good matchup during Martin Luther King Day, the Pelicans in Cleveland, man. Hopefully we have BI back, man. I would love to have him back on MLK Day, man. and get some burn. We definitely would need him to be back. Like I said, he's the only one talking that I'm gonna be back sometime on this road trip stuff,
Man, they
because
coming back on
Willie
the road
Green
trip,
didn't
bro.
say that. Nobody else said anything about him returning.
Man, Bi said it, man.
Bro, Bi is not the coach. He can't green light
He
his
got
stuff.
to be the coach.
Yeah, he can speak it into existence all he want, but Willie has to
Hey.
speak it with him for him to get on
He
out.
went got his hair braided and he put his chains on and he back.
I got you, brother. Good. I hope he is, man. So with that being said, fam, we're going to end on that note. Listen, I appreciate the family members for chiming on this episode of Pelican Post Game Report. We did get the dub, but listen, we shall return on Friday, man. Friday, we got the Detroit Pistons matchup. We should get 2 out of those 3 road games. We have Cleveland following Monday on MLK Day. So, boy, just 2 games left of the 5 games, and the Pelicans come home for 1 with Miami, and we'll deal with the rest of it. But this month is halfway done, as crazy as it sounds. So with that being said, we're going to get on out with that one. Listen, fam, do me a service. Feel free to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you're not a subscriber, and feel free to share the shows on your social media feed. We up in this thing. So, DC, once again, I'm going to holler at you on Friday, bro. We should open up the phone lines Friday as well. You get you some sleep. Family, y'all get y'all some sleep. And we're going to holler at y'all on the flip side. On this. Much love and go Pels.
Post-game report on the PRO Media Network for all things Pelicans.
Check out the Pro Shop. That's right, the Pro Shop is the platform store where you can go and buy all the latest merch to support the platform. Available at the Pro Shops, we have dozens of hundreds of products available for you and your family. Unisex tees for men and women, hoodies and sweatshirts, tank tops, kids and baby items, long sleeve tees, mugs, pillows, wall art, bath bedding, face masks, phone cases, stickers, bags, fanny packs, socks, hats, and many other items. Please feel free to check out the Pro Shops. The link is in the description section below. And remember, it helps the platform continue to grow. Check out the Pro Shop and Who That too.
TheWhoThatDaily.com. That's right, TheWhoThatDaily.com. Your one-stop shop for everything New Orleans Saints, New Orleans Pelicans, LSU Tigers, even the top flight boxing news. So if you're a Who That and you're looking for a place to stay up on your team, TheWhoThatDaily.com is your site. TheWhoThatDaily.com for the sport Who That.